Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome, folks. Today, the Hungry Gamer is back with the second annual Beatrice the Board Game Dog Game of the Year tournament. And today, we're going to have the play-in rounds and round one. Just one more time, a big thank you to Arcane Wonders, Sovereignty, IV Games, and Chip Theory Games for giving us those fantastic prizes. And in a late entry, Project EOS Rise has offered to give a copy of their game, which is actually entered in this tournament, to whoever comes out on top. So one more prize has been added to the prize package. So first up, in the first playing game, we have Cosmoctopus versus Old Salt. And here she comes. And Cosmoctopus it is. And next up, we have Dungeon Crusade versus Davy Jones Locker. And here she comes. And Dungeon Crusade it is. And in the two games with the biggest difference in table size, we have 20 Strong easily taking it over Last Light. Next up, we have Forever Home versus Taverns and Dragons. And what is clearly an upset. One would think she would have gone for the adorable puppy game Forever Home, but instead she is interested in the Taverns and the Dragons. Next up, we have Life of the Amazonia versus Freelancers. And Life of the Amazonia it is. And next up we have Tales from the Red Dragon Inn versus Cosmic Frog. And Cosmic Frog it is. Alright, and here we go into the first round proper. We have Unbreakable versus Cosmoctopus. Oh, and an upset with Cosmoctopus. But a little bit of love for Unbreakable there as well. Next we have Solar 175 versus Illiterati, and straight to Illiterati, no question. And next up we have Lords of Vala versus Argent, the Consortium. And Lords of Vala it is. Next up we have the two Hoplomachus games up against each other, Victorum and Remastered. And here she comes. And going for Victorum over Remastered. Clearly this is a dog that enjoys solo gaming. And we have Theurgy versus Dungeon Crusade, which had a little bit of a surprise win in the first round, in the play-in round that is. And here she comes, and straight for Theurgy. It was a good run for Dungeon Crusade, but that is the end of it. Next up we have Vindication and Catharsis, and here we go. And here she comes, making her approach, and thought about Vindication, but decided Catharsis is what she is more interested in right now. Next up we have Tanaris Adventures versus Idavol, the expansion for Nadavalier. And here she comes, and straight for Tanaris Adventures. And next we have Play-In 20 Strong versus Ticket to Ride Legacy. And here she comes. She's deciding where she's going around the long way this time for a quick 20 Strong victory. 20 Strong, a play-in still going. And next we have Earthborn Rangers versus Taverns and Dragons. Taverns and Dragons being the play-in winner. And here she comes. And Taverns and Dragons. That is now the third of our play-ins that has advanced to the second round. And next we have Salacia, the Wizard of Doom versus Uprising, Titans of the First Age. Now, Uprising is actually an expansion, and Salacia is, immediately picked over Uprising. That is a little bit of a surprise to me. And unfortunately for this next round, the memory card crapped out on me, and I had to change it, but I did not realize until after the selection had been made. And in this one, Trolls and Princesses beat out Irune. But you can be assured that Beatrice the Board Game Dog did enjoy both of the blueberries. Next up, we have Revive and Tesseract. And she's making her way up slowly. Stopping to think, looking around, and here she comes. And, she is going for Revive. I thought she might come around the other side for Tesseract, but she decided coming through the middle is what she wants to do. And next up we have Life of the Amazonia versus Lunar Rush. And I'll say Lunar Rush is a bit of a favorite amongst people with a whole bunch of... and Life of the Amazonia, as Beatrice chooses to come around the other side, thus busting a bunch of brackets already early on. And that just goes to show you just never know what is going to appeal in the moment to the board game dog. It also goes to show you that Skippy, the designer, should have given Beatrice, the board game dog, more treats last time he saw her. And next up we have Paracle versus Expeditions. And not sure which way she's going to go with this one, but here she comes and she's thinking, oh, around the side, goes for Expeditions right away. Doesn't even want the Paracle Blueberry. That's just devastating for that team. Oh, there we go. And next up we have the Kinfire Chronicles Night's Fall versus Project Eos Rise, and they've been kind enough to offer up a copy of Eos Rise to the winner. And here she comes deciding, oh, and that is just brutal. I guess she decided she already has a copy of Eos Rise and she's going for Kinfire Chronicles instead. And now in the last game of the first round, we see Cosmic Frog up versus the Magnificent. And Aporta Games has already had one win today with Revive, and Cosmic Frog looks like it is the easy winner today, with the Magnificent being taken out. And that'll do it for the first round. Check back soon for the standings, and we'll have round 2 up very, very soon.